What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back again reviewing another team's season for the 24-25 NBA season. And today I want to talk about one of the, I don't even know what I was going to say, but one of the most, let's call it unpredictable teams in the NBA. But they're becoming a little bit more predictable because they wind up being bad every season. The Charlotte Hornets. And the Charlotte Hornets, or as you may know them formerly as the Charlotte Bobcats, just can't figure it out. They just can't figure it out, and this season was more of the same. So, LaMelo Ball is probably the biggest question mark, and I've talked about this a few times on the channel, but LaMelo Ball, just can't stay healthy. He played 47 games this season, 25.2 points per game, 7.4 assists, 3.6 turnovers, which is pretty high. But Brandon Miller also was out for the season early on, only played 27 games. Miles Bridges played 64 games. He put up 20.3 points per game. That's a very solid performance for him. I mean, he's probably the brightest spot this team had this season. Then you had Mark Williams, who they tried to trade, and then it failed. So obviously that locker room's probably a little awkward now. I do like how they picked up Terrence Mann. I thought that was Trey Mann. I thought that was Terrence Mann. Why did I think Terrence Mann went to this team? No, Terrence Mann's on the Hawks now. That's right. So Trey Mann only played 13 games though, 14 points per game. I thought he could have been sixth man of the year with how he was balling in preseason and how he was looking. Grant Williams also went down early on in the season, played 16 games. They acquired Jusuf Nurkic. They traded Nick Richards, which I didn't really understand why they traded Nick Richards either. They acquired Josh Okogie. Big fan of Josh Okogie. I think that was a good pickup for them. But, I mean, hey, man, the rest of this, I don't really understand. Tajane Salon, didn't really understand the pick at the time. I think he'll be decent. I just don't think he's ever going to be some superstar, all-star type of player. Moussa Diabate, though, one of my favorite players on this team. The way this dude rebounds is incredible. And he was on a two-way contract. And I think I saw a stat that was Moussa Diabate is the first person in the league's history to be signed to a two-way contract and play the most games for that team in that season. Right? And I believe they did convert his deal. I don't think he would have been able to be on a two-way contract for more than I think it's 45 days or whatever if they didn't convert it to a full deal. So congrats to Moussa Diabate. Big fan of his. But in terms of payroll, I mean, LaMelo Ball's under contract until the summer of 2029. He's guaranteed an additional $170 million after the season. Miles Bridges is under contract until the summer of 27. Jusuf Nurkic, is under contract until 2026. Grant Williams under contract until 27. Josh Green under contract till 27. Brandon Miller under contract till 27. It's a team option, but he's obviously going to get those options picked up. So I think the biggest question here is, first of all, who are they going to draft? Right now, they're projected to pick third overall because they're the third worst team in the league, finished at 19-63. So this website, Tankathon, has them projected to take Ace Bailey third overall. I think that'd be a good pickup. I mean, I do think they could probably use a dude that's more of a forward. They really could use Cooper Flagg, right? Cooper Flagg, I think, would fit on this team very well. I think this would be a very interesting team to get Cooper Flagg. And they have, I think the top three teams are tied 14% to get the number one overall pick. So they have the highest chance to get him as well. It doesn't matter that they weren't the worst team in the league. So who knows, man? Cooper Flagg could be a Charlotte Hornet, and he could stay close to Duke since he loves it so much. So there's really just, I think the biggest question is LaMelo's health. Can he stay healthy? And if you don't believe he can stay healthy, do you trade him? Right? I think if you don't think he can stay healthy, you might as well trade him now. While his value's high, he's under contract for a long time. Teams aren't going to be worried about him not re-signing because you're going to trade him. He's going to be there for at least, 3 years. So I just think you got to make that decision now. You don't want to keep building around LaMelo Ball, especially if you get the number 1 pick. I think why not trade LaMelo? See if you can get a couple. Hey, Mikal Bridges garnered like 4 or 5 first-round picks. You should be able to get 6 first-round picks for LaMelo Ball, right? So if that's the case, let's say you get Cooper Flagg, you have Brandon Miller, you get 6 first-round picks in exchange for LaMelo Ball. That's a team for the future, right? You might be in a better position doing that than you would be if you have Cooper Flagg, LaMelo Ball, and Brandon Miller. Right? Although I think LaMelo is an incredible player. Like, he is so fun to watch. I remember there was the interview with Jason Tatum or whatever, where he's like, most of my fans aren't watching me play Monday night in Charlotte on League Pass. Like, I'm watching Charlotte Hornets on League Pass if LaMelo Ball is playing, because they're not on national TV. So I'm gonna watch League Pass Charlotte Hornets because you're not gonna see them otherwise. So I probably got that quote wrong too with Jason Tatum. I don't know exactly what he said, but you guys, if you watch a lot of basketball content, you've probably seen this before. So that's really all I got about Charlotte, man. I mean, like, I wish they kept PJ Washington, but obviously PJ Washington's doing a lot better in Dallas. But I don't know, man. I literally never know what to think about this team because they just can't stay healthy. And I did like Grant Williams being on the team. I thought he was a good piece for them. And, I think he'll continue to be that. Hopefully he recovers 100%. He's ready to go for next season. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see who they pick in the draft. I think this draft is going to be a lot more favorable for them than last year's. I think Jane Salon, like I said, he can be a solid player. I just don't think he's going to be some all-star type of player. But he could be a very valuable piece to a team. I think he can help teams win for sure. So that's all I got, guys. If you're a Hornets fan, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think they should trade LaMelo? Who do you think they should pick in the draft? Want to know those thoughts. So please type them out. Leave them in the comments. And I'm going to catch you guys later, man. Stay safe, stay up, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.